Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. That extra step. That extra step. I would tell you what, and this is something I talked about before, but like I said, these things are for me as well as my listening audience. Now, just to say how this was inspired. Now, every month I have a sales goal that I need to meet. And usually the sales goal is, for like January 2019 for me, it's surpassing the sales goal for January 2018. And that's something I picked up while working in retail, right? You always want to do better at that time of year than you did the year before. And then also, too, depending on what products you have, you might add more to it. Now, I had added more to it anyway. And interestingly enough, I reached the sales goal like with maybe actually reached the sales goal like maybe with a couple weeks to spare, like early. So I set a new goal, right? And I said, I gotta make it. I gotta make it. And well, not to put my business out there too much, but there was I'll say a computer glitch with one of my vendors. They owe me some money, right? So I was just like, oh, okay, but I still got to get this new goal that I set, right? And I just sat it calm. I put the number up, and I was like, okay, what can I do? And then I thought about some things I could do to make that goal, and I've already made it. Like, I'm recording this early. I'm recording this on a Thursday, but I actually made the goal on Tuesday. I was just like, wow. But what it is, I just changed my mindset. Like going through life, sometimes to make something, you got to do that extra thing. And I just did that extra thing. And that's in anything. Like a good example is sports. There's a difference between maybe a championship team and a team that always comes in second. It's just that extra step. Like the team that comes in second might be more talented, right? It might be more talented, look better on paper, but the team that wins it, that's the team that did the extra little things, right? And sometimes, and going through life, that's a lesson for life, not just in sports, not just in sales, but that's an important lesson in life. If you want to succeed, sometimes you got to do that extra little thing, just that extra little thing, You might have to, spend an extra, you're working on a book, spend maybe like another week or something on it. Or like you got a story or something on that book and you say, you know what, let me put in this small detail. And it could be the one thing that, like I'm going to use that book example. Like you got a story and all of a sudden you get a thought. Hey, why don't I just put in this one scene or one statement or have a character say this? And because of that, it becomes a bestseller. And that one little scene or statement that you had a character make actually becomes something that they'll put on T-shirts. It's the catchphrase for the story, right? If you're working out or something, sometimes maybe that extra set will do it for you. It's like you already did 3 sets of 225. And it's like, you know what, just to take it over, let me do 2 sets. Let me do one more set. Maybe walking a little extra mile or something, right? Or maybe showing some discipline and saying, okay, you're trying to lose weight. Let me go that extra step and just cut out the donuts. Just cut them out. Everything. It applies to everything. Sometimes it's that little extra step, that little extra push that gets you over, right? And sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes you have to push it. Now, I mentioned before when I talked about this, if you look at like many football teams or basketball teams, like when they do practice, at the end of the practices, they do wind sprints, right? They do some running. That's to get them to do that extra. That's how it has to be. Sometimes the extra has to come at the end when you're tired and stuff. And that's what's needed because if you're doing anything, any endeavor, working on a project, playing sports, working on a job, sometimes it's that little extra thing. Like another story when I was working in sales at this gym, all right? I was No, I was 13 sales short of making my goal on the last day of the month. On the last day of the month. All right. 13 sales short on the last day of the month. And I wanted to make a good impression. Rom got on the phone. I talked to some people. I made some deals that the manager was looking at me side-eyed for, but it got some people in there, right? I did what I had to do. I made my goal. And not only made it, but surpassed it. And actually, I got recognized for it. I got recognized for it in a regional sales meeting, right? And that's it. I mean, no matter what, sometimes doing that extra thing. Using a sales example again, I have a lot of sales experience. Sometimes that sales call, like if you work in retail, sometimes, because I worked retail at this small store, and to bring in extra money, sometimes I would call people. I say, hey, we got this new thing in. All right, why don't you come in? I'll put it to the side for you, right? Or another example, right? From retail, and I actually learned a lot from retail. I should probably do a whole show on that. There's a lot of life lessons. I'll never forget. Okay, I'm working at this bigger store, right? And I was working in the men's department, and I wasn't working sales, but worked with the salespeople, put it like that. And it was a sales manager, and he, the manager of the section. And I'll never forget this. A gentleman came in, and all the gentleman wanted was a blazer. That's it. A blazer, right? Just one little blazer. You get it. He probably had some stuff to match it. But the sales manager, he showed him the blazer, right? But the dude was trying it on. But what the manager did, he took another another one of the blazers, right? And while the man was trying it on, and he was trying on some other stuff too, but just looking at it, while he was trying it on, right, that gentleman, the sales manager, went around. He found some shirts, neckties, everything, started matching it up to the same color type of blazer, right? Matching stuff up. Found some slacks, shoes, socks, everything. So this gentleman who came in there to buy a blazer that was on sale for less than $100 ended up spending $1,500. And that's because the manager went the extra step. I mean, he didn't have to do that, but that's how you have to do in life if you want to succeed. See, a lot of people want to succeed, but they don't want to do extra. People want to succeed, but they rather sit and watch TV all day instead of doing the extra thing. They want to lose weight or something through working out, but they don't want to do that extra step. Or, stay on that treadmill an extra 10 minutes. Or give up some food. Right? That's it. That's an important thing. Like, if you want to succeed, sometimes you got to push it. Don't just get to a certain level like, oh, okay, this is the best I can do. Sometimes when you're tired, that's when you pick it up a notch. That's the best time to do it. Because that's really the only difference between people who succeed and don't. It's not talent. You got plenty of talented people out there who work in their ordinary jobs. Plenty of talented people. I've met so many people who got some talent, it's scary. And you looking at them like, man, if you do it, you work hard, shoot, you can be it. And that's all it really come down to. It's just saying, look, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to take this extra step. All right? That's the important thing. So, anyway, yeah. Oh, man. Just as an aside real quick, as I said before, these things are for me as much as they for anybody else. And, like I said, I was able to make a sales goal through taking a few extra steps. It wasn't even much. It wasn't major, but I was able to do it. So, and it's funny because I actually had a plan for something else this week. So, anyway, that's all I have. I want everyone to keep rising and transforming. Peace.